Yes.
Okay, I remember some of the questions now. Yeah, you asked me, okay, define pathological liar. I don't know what that is. Tell me what intellectual dishonesty is. And then you made some argument about like a monkey picking up a
Alright, show me I
banana
did
or
those in a
some
row.
fucking shit.
Show me I did those in a row.
You wait, so you want me to fucking show? Like, are you saying that I answered?
Well, that's
all
what a
these
shotgun
questions?
is, right?
Wait, what do you think a shotgun is?
Where you
think
make
it
multiple
shotguns?
points in a row and overwhelm someone.
Yeah, so you're saying that you did not make all these points? Do you want to ask Geista who was there?
Well, show me that I did that in a row.
Geista who was
No,
there?
I still would just lie and say that anyway.
Wait,
Nigga, you wait.
Clap
You
your ass.
fucking wait. No. You lie consistently to try to prove points. You lied in the debate.
When have I ever lied?
You lied in the debate with Ista. I remember when Ista was talking to you about echo chambers, and then it was about like 28 people actively typing in chat. You try to fucking lie and say that you didn't say that.
No.
But then I have people I literally was asking there.
Alright, prove I said that then. See, the problem is, Jay, you always try to come into these conversations midway and say something irrelevant, but you're not actually displaying to me that I did these things, nor are you giving me evidence that I did these things. So I'm just going to dismiss you as a stranger. Like, that's all I'm going to do.
Do you want me to screenshot the DMs?
Yeah, I want you to screenshot everything.
Okay, I'll screenshot
prove everything
DMs
you said
people.
currently.
I'll screenshot DMs of people that have no fucking
I want you to prove that you even
knowledge
exist right now.
Yeah, look at you. You want to fucking do this bullshit and go into like
I'm just saying, like,
say,
this is you, buddy.
That you exist instead of actually having normal fucking conversations. You're a fucking retard. You just think that you're so fucking good at it. No, literally, anybody can do this.
Jade, I think I've beaten you multiple times. Like, it's not.
Nigga, I've been cock slamming you. I've never lost to you.
Jade, you've lost me. You literally admitted to losing to me in DMs.
Jade has dementia.
Never lose to you again.
Oh, again? What happened to never losing to me?
I will never lose to you as well.
You just said.
I will never lose to you as well.
You said you lost to me.
What?
I will never lose to you again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not contradictory. Yeah, it's not contradictory.
It'll never. Yes, it is. It is
It's
contradictory.
contradictory. See, I can do the same type of shit.
I don't give a fuck about. Okay, cool.
I don't really give a fuck about you either. I said.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
I'm back.
So Noodles,
Back.
Leon. Because I have to handle this. Alright, so Noodles, why did you claim that I would just lie? Do you think
because you don't like me, so I think you're a likely liar.
Okay,
I don't like.
Do you think that wait, shut the fuck up. Okay, do you think that I can't hate a person and tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and prove that.
Well, it's not about proving. I said think.
No, prove that. Prove
I said
it. You
think.
made a claim. No.
I'm basing it on the characteristics I've seen.
Oh wait! 1 second. I just.
I have the capability to derive opinions on people based on attributes I've seen within other people, and I don't think you have the capability to tell the truth about someone in regards to someone you don't like.
Okay, go prove that then. Prove that.
It's based on my own opinion and observations.
Okay, well that means you can't prove it though. Can you?
I'm not arguing. It's an objective statement.
Yes,
Now am I?
because you said you made a positive claim by saying yes.
A positive claim doesn't entail objectivity.
Oh my fucking god, you're a retard. A positive claim means you have to defend said position. Do you realize
yes,
that, right?
and I'm defending it currently. It doesn't mean I have to defend it in an objective
based off
standard.
Of what I see, but what is based off of
Prove I need to defend this objectively.
Okay, that's not what I'm asking you. What is the
yes,
basis?
Yes, it is. You are asking me that. You were telling me to prove that you were saying this.
What is the basis for your positive claim?
The basis is the basis that I see. Have seen people. I've seen how people interact with each other. Are you gonna ask? Are you gonna let me finish? What I'm arguing is that people who are like you, I've seen people like you.
That I'm like, what am I like? Go ahead and give
I don't have to give exact attributes.
You're black.
You're black. Noodles is racist, we know this. But
wait, hold on. That's what I was gonna get on to next. That's what I was gonna get on to. Wait, no. You back up, bro. Come on, bro. I was there first. Bro, he's trying to call me dishonest too, bro. I was there first.
Can we get some like moderation in here?
Alright, okay.
Okay, hold on, wait. Stop. If you can't hold your own and ape, then leave. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying, don't be a fucking ape.
If you want to run away, you can.
Well, it's not about being an ape. It's about having a conversation. That's impossible.
Okay, then you can leave, Noodle. I'm not gonna I don't know why you even asked. No, I am the owner of this server, and I'm telling you it's neutral. If you can't hold up to Ice and Leon packing you, then leave.
Well, it's not about them packing
you. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They went 3v1 against me. I had no one intervene. You're gonna have to take
the problem is I'm not
exactly. This nigga Noodles be complaining about everything.
Hold on. This is the problem. I can't get anywhere.
Not only that. Oh my god. Wait. But Noodles. All right. So you said Ice would lie against you if he does, since he doesn't like you. You said you don't like black people. So are you lying to him about that and lying to me? Shut the fuck up, nigga. You're stupid. You make no.
I'm applying characteristics myself. I'm not
You're
applying
an idiot. You're an idiot.
Applying characteristics myself. I'm not applying to myself.
Noodles, you're a retard. Noodles, you're a retard.
Leon, you lost me.
Go, Cap.
I think it's my turn. Okay.
All
So
right,
I don't know if
go
this
ahead.
has been said because I can't understand any of.
Exactly.
I don't speak black. Anyway. I'm just messing. Sorry. That was for Leon. That was for Leon. Anyway, so Noodles, are you aware of the issue when you say that you're pretty much saying any type of proposition you put forth, you can't necessarily know if it's true or not because knowledge is limited? Do you see the problem there?
Not currently, no.
Okay, I'll lay it out. So if I make a proposition, if A, then in C I say, well, it's necessary that all premises are necessarily fallible because we don't have complete knowledge. That just means every
But I'm not arguing it's
proposition.
necessarily fallible either.
Well, you have to. That's the entailment of what you're saying.
No,
if
no,
knowledge,
I don't have to do
knowledge, if you're saying that knowledge is limited, and that every proposition you make is necessarily fallible, and by that I mean we don't necessarily know for certain that all propositions you make are going to be fallible, and we don't have to grant them.
What I just said, but that statement itself would also be included within that. So it's not saying that every statement is necessarily fallible or isn't fallible. But this is also just a branch of my other argument about the subjective model thing. Like, I think we can argue within our own subjective models as well.
But again, the problem you're going to run into is because you did say that based on our limited knowledge, we can't know everything or we can't know things for certain. You have to specifically outline what we can know for certain and what we can't know for certain. And I never heard you say that.
I was trying to make that argument. That the subjective model is literally me trying to say that.
But why within your subjective model do you know everything for certain?
Okay, I'm not saying I know everything for certain. I'm just saying that we can debate about.
Well, what's certain within your subjective model that you can? So the problem within a subjective
I could argue
model,
the law of identity is certain within my model.
But that's not an argument you're trying to make, right?
Well, that is one I was going to make, but I never got around to that.
But any argument you give Trini, you're going to have to first prove why you actually know that's the case, and then you're going to have to prove why Trini would also have to know that's the case. But if it's within your own subjective model, I don't think it's going to translate.
Well, the problem is, I can't argue outside of my subjective model, nor can you. That's the argument.
Wait, why?
Because if you argue anything outside of your subjective model, which is basically anything outside of your own mind, right? You're just making an appeal to, or what's it called? An argument from ignorance.
Wait, are you unaware of GE's response to that, to global skeptics? He says, here's one hand, here's another. There are at least two external objects in the world, therefore objective reality exists. It's a Morean shift on the skeptic's argument.
Wait, what was it?
It's here's one hand, he lifts up one hand, here's another, he lifts up his right hand. There are at least two external objects in the world. It's what's called a Morean shift. He's changing the moral skeptic's argument from modus ponens to modus tollens. It's a Morean shift. And the global skeptics do not have an answer for that.
Well, I'm confused at why this is like debunking the position or like countering the position.
It's showing you that objective reality exists.
Like by saying that something exists outside of our mind?
Yes.
Well, how is
it
now
whether or not morals exist is for Trini to prove.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was getting to. I never got around to that either.
But I can appeal to things outside of my mind, such as reality itself, and it's not appealing to ignorance because we know externalities exist.
How do we know externalities exist, though?
Because of this argument. Can you give me a counter argument to this?
What, raise one hand, raise the other? Like I'm.
This is the argument. I put it in general. You'd have to somehow come around this argument, and I don't think you can.
Well, let me look at it. More famously put the point in Jamal.
And G.E. Moore was a non-natural realist. He was a
Hold on, I'll read it. Here's one hand and here's the other. There are at least two external objects in the world, therefore the external exist.
Now read the arguments below.
We're talking about the skeptical argument, where S is a subject, SP is a skeptical possibility, such as the brain in a vat. hypothesis, and Q is a knowledge claim about the world. If S doesn't know that not SP, then S doesn't know that Q. S doesn't know that SP, therefore S doesn't know that Q.
This argument takes a lot of time to understand because it's not just the simple four premises or the argument premises and collusion. It takes a lot of time.
Me. Can we get the
So if I were you, I would find the work and read it, and then go to understand.
Yeah, I'll figure this out later. Trinity hasn't even made this argument anyway, so.
Well, he doesn't need to. But yeah, I'm just showing you
I was waiting for his argument for objective morality, which never came. So all these people that have said have lost, even so far, he hasn't even made an argument for his position. So.
Well, so in this case, like I tried to tell you earlier, he doesn't have to because he's caught you in a contradiction, and
I don't think he has though.
Well, even if you don't think he has,
what was the contradiction he caught me in though? Like seriously.
So you said that. So let's just say premise one, you pretty much said. You have knowledge, but because your knowledge isn't complete, you can't necessarily know, right? That's kind of.
Mm-hmm. You can't know anything for certain.
Yeah. So if you can't know anything for certain, then there's no a priori answer to anything you're going to rely. You're going. So you're
doesn't require that.
Yeah. It does.
No, it doesn't, because I'm literally entailing that even that proposition isn't necessarily certain. That doesn't mean it's wrong or true, though. It doesn't mean it's wrong, though.
Fine. Here, I'll just give you the Pyrrhic answer. How do you even know you're making any of these statements in the first?
Okay, well, I'm not for certain on it, but I can guess.
Then if you yourself are the main character in your movie, and you yourself don't even know if you're talking to us and giving us arguments right now, how are we supposed to believe or even interpret you as someone that's being serious, right? Typically, if you're going to be a global skeptic, you have to accept the entailments of your skepticism, which means you can't make any fact-of-the-matter statements, even if it's within your own subjectivity. It just doesn't follow.
I'm just saying that I'm not making any fact-of-the-matter statements, though.
Then why would we? Then why should we believe? So, but if then you've just conceded.
No, that's not me conceding. I'm not saying that anything is a fact, and that is an attribute of all things.
If you yourself state that we shouldn't believe you based on the fact that
I'm not claiming that you shouldn't believe me,
but you can't. But you can't say we should believe you because you're not certain if you're correct.
Yes, I know. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't.
No, but it's not that. There's no way you can say either, right?
I know.
Then there's no need to listen to your argument.
Why is it? But the problem is
you're not even certain of your own argument.
But the thing is, my argument is appealing to the fact that the attributes of all things are contained within uncertainty.
If that's the case, Noodles, if I gave you conjecture, would you use it in an argument?
Conjecture? What do you mean by that?
Incomplete knowledge.
If you gave me incomplete knowledge, potentially, yes.
Why?
Why? Well, because I have already accepted the fact that no knowledge is complete, so we should utilize our uncertain knowledge. To the degree that we can use it.
All right. Last thing I'll say.
Try to get an objective model.
If you're saying that, then you ought accept any argument I give you, because if you just say, "Well, that's not enough information," that's just contradictory to your worldview.
Well, the problem is you're not actually giving me. When someone says that I ought.
Hello? Hello?
Arrow.
Yeah, but Leo, the same thing can be said. We've deteriorated so far that black people.
Wait, that wasn't me. That was Ice. That was Ice.
Oh, my bad, Leon.
Wait, Ice. I just put this nigga Arrow in purgatory. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to get on fighters. He wanted me to get on fighters. He wanted me to get on fighters.
Bro, I swear to God, bro, we be having like 13-year-olds.
Is Jay gonna try and debate Trinity?
Nigga, we're playing a game.
Hold up. Is this
Jay needs to just sip a Capri Sun or Sunny D or something. Like,
bro, I'm really about to fuck this.
Hey, I just want to say one more thing.
Is this done now?
I got Mr. Batman to admit pedophilia isn't wrong yesterday. That's all.
Jay, do you and Trini play on fucking console?
How'd you even do that? What the
That's kind of disgusting. I just want you to know that.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold up. Is this done
How
now?
the hell
Can I
did you
stop
get
the
Mr.
recording?
Batman to admit pedophilia was wrong?
Everybody, shut up. Shut up.
Well, we just reduced it down to like it not being a dichotomy. Okay.
Copper. Wait. Are we? Is this over? Can I stop the recording?
Oh wait, true.
Leon wants to debate Noodles. And
no, I'm not debating him. No, I'm explaining to him why he was wrong, and he agrees if I explain. No.
Yeah,
you agreed that if I explain to you why
that's not the agreement.
I've debated you. No. That was the agreement, and I've debated you, and almost all the time
you have to debate me right now and win. And if you win, I'll
You're
be
garbage. I already. Oh my god, you idiot!
I'm not agreeing to it otherwise. So you have to debate me and win.
Why are you scared? Are you scared that I'm about to explain to you why you're being an idiot? Like,
I just want you to actually have a competition.
But you agreed to it earlier. I know. I won't have a competition either way, because either way you're still gonna look like an idiot.
You'll still have an
but
argument.
I don't need to win.
But
I'm not wasting my time. Oh my god, we've debated like so many times. We've debated so many times.
Every time, I know it's crazy.
No, you're in debt. You're in debt. Oh my god, bro.
Jason, why do we keep slapping him on this? You notice how he always tries to lie. And
he always does this. He always says this.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave now.
But while
get out.
Debating, he says, "I think that you lost," or "I probably won." Then he tries to rechange his words.
Yeah, bro. I don't like him, bro. I don't like him, bro.
It's hilarious.
So we finished now?
Yes,
I guess. And
Noodles,
Arrow,
why are you? Let me ask a question. Noodles, why are you still in the debate community? Like, why are you still here?
You want to keep
because
going?
I enjoy it. Obviously,
you enjoy what? What do you enjoy?
I enjoy the competition and arguments.
Okay, but it's like going to like a track meet and you're like Spencer Fat. Like you're just like.
Well, so far I've been pretty recognized as one of the best debaters in the community, right? Like,
By parent niggas.
No, not just parent niggas. Divine, G plus is recognized. The versus battle is recognized.
What divine niggas? Every divine person made fun of you.
No, they all thought I was good at the end.
Okay, show proof of that.
What person that originated from divine?
Well, they had Fingerprint ranked at the highest role. They had him at that, and then after I posted the video of me and him debating, they put me at their second highest role and said I won.
Why does that mean anything?
Why are you trying to use Divine as an actual justification?
Exactly, yes. Divine
before you guys even debated, they
Wait, hold on. Jay, be quiet.
Man, I can't hear.
Hey, Arrow, you gotta put respect on my name, pal. I just too old you in fighters, man.
Let me get my real team. Let me get on my real team. We really good.
Divine got beat by a worse soul. What kind of justification is this? Like what?
Well, also, not only that, Noodles, you know Divine had a tier list and he was above all, and yet you're apparently that good. Like, what just?
Do you have a neutral weight we can go to?
I'm not saying that I'm necessarily better than any of the people that I just like you, but I was just saying.
You just said you're the best.
That Divine recognized me.
You said you're one of the best, but Noodles, you said you're one of the best. Wait, Noodles.
Oh my god.
Noodles.
I said I was recognized.
Oh my god.
Noodles.
Noodles.
Jaden and Leon, do you guys remember like how many debates have happened with you over the past week? And he said that you can't rank debaters, but he's one of the best.
No, I didn't say I was one of the best. I said I was recognized.
Very weird. You did say that.
No. He's subconsciously.
Chad.
He subconsciously said it.
You're wrong. He's just subconsciously like implementing "I think" into that statement.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I think
What's wrong with that?
Chad, I can't talk. Go to music.
Just for record, I don't think I'm one of the best at all.
I don't think I'm one of the best either. I didn't say that.
You just said I'm the motherfucker. I wrote that.
You're like a fucking worm. You just keep digging a deeper fucking hole for yourself.
Well,
everybody's
really
jumping
sad.
What's the hole I'm in?
Who just jumped? Noodles? Who just jumped in?
Just like
an L. It's
like delusion.
Well, I don't think I'm delusional. I don't think I'm making delusions.
Maybe it's
so
time
what
for you
part of making interprets that?
go
How
home.
do you even come to that statement?
Man, maybe I should jump into. Yeah, fuck Noodles.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's time I pull up outside Arrow's house.
I'm coughing.
Did he leave? Oh no.
Arrow, I'm gonna pull up outside your house.
Like, I cannot sit here and come back to this like doing the same thing every week if I was losing. I don't know how Noodles does.
I think I'm winning. So.
Well, see,
that's special, boy.
See, Isa, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, Isa. Just think
exactly. Put it like a champ would.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you think you're winning, right, you'll keep coming back and doing it more, right?
I'm not gonna cap on you, Noodles.
Hey, that's
today
what,
is
hey,
not
that's what
your day.
that's what Chuck did, right?
That's
the problem, though. What's happening is people are building this narrative like I just got like absolutely bullied.
It's
right?
not a narrative.
You did.
Yeah,
what happened?
But what was the point? I actually can.
Oh my. Okay, I can tell. Yeah, I can tell you. I can tell you. Your entire the entire thing that you're talking about, where you're talking about probability. You're talking about probability? Where you're talking about probability and how that was the base of your argument and blah 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 blah.
No, I wasn't arguing probability even.
And then yes, it is because Trini asked you this multiple. Trini asked you that multiple times. Or possibility, probably whatever you said. But the point is, Noodles, is that he then said, "Oh, are you you then said later on in the debate, about 20 minutes later, he was talking about things that you said, oh, is that possibility or probability or whatever you said earlier?" And then he said yes. And then you said that's nonsense gobbledygook, and you contradicted your entire argument. That's what you said.
Imagine using a Darth Dawkins term.
What actually happened was me using his logic to make fun of him.
What are you talking about actually happened as if I wasn't there? I've been here the whole time.
Arrow, what I'm saying is you misinterpreted what was happening.
You're the only one misinterpreting.
Arrow. What I actually said was I was using his logic to call his argument bullshit. He's like,
but that made you look retarded. That made you look stupid.
It doesn't make me look bad because I used his logic in theory that caused his argument to become bullshit. Arrow, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Arrow. Listen to what I'm saying.
Because you're not making any sense, and you're literally making my brain cells.
Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. He was claiming my arguments were gobbledygook bullshit, right?
He said that
I'm not sure about them, right? And then I asked him if he was sure about his argument, and he's like, no, I'm not sure about it. And I was like, well, it sounds like it's gobbledygook bullshit, right? I'm making fun of him.
That's not what happened.
That's not me admitting my argument is bullshit. That's not me admitting my argument is bullshit. That's me making fun of his argument with his own logic.
That's literally just not what happened.
That is what happened. That is definitely what happened.
I was in the debate.
I was in the debate, Arrow.
Here, and we have a recording bot. Someone pull up the recording. Now Noodles
you couldn't even name the exact proposition.
Hold up, wait, stop.
Hey, Arrow, let's not fight. I need you to concentrate. Arrow, concentrate. Don't even fight me.
Just ignore it and just look at the recording because you guys just.
I mean, I'm uploading the recording right now.
It's harder to just.
We can just go back to the situation, and all that basically happened there was like he was like, "Oh, I'm not certain of that." Arrow, calm down, man.
I'm not heated. You're the one who's yelling and screaming in the mic.
You are yelling currently. I'm not screaming.
I'm calm. The reason
you're saying that.
Quiet as hell, to be honest.
I was yelling at him.
Arrow's actually fighting me in fighters right now, so I don't know how he's actually.
All right, here, just watch Noodles.
The reason I'm not yelling and screaming, Noodles, is because I know I'm right. I literally watched the whole thing.
What are you saying? I can't
so when the recording comes out, I'm gonna finish talking to you first.
Arrow.
So when the recording, or what, Noodles, or what? Huh?
Wait 1 second. Wait 1 second. OG. Wait 1 second. Everyone in the debate community, bro. Hold up. Wait, don't Noodles remind you of Aqua when he was getting exposed for being a rat and everyone was getting MVC? Oh my god, I just thought about that. This nigga Noodles is the new Aqua. Kill yourself, nigga. You ass nigga. You can't. You garbage, nigga.
Dude, I really pointed this out that like every half of a year, there's like a new downfall of a debater.
The only people that are saying I'm downfalling is you.
Noodles. No, I'm saying that too. And Noodles is gonna make a video on himself.
No, I'm talking about your little group.
He gonna make a video on
Noodles. When's your birthday so I can drop a fall of Noodles? When's your birthday?
Don't you have to be like good in the first place?
He doesn't have a birthday. He spawned. He doesn't have a birthday.
That's why Flops will never have one.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
All right, Mike. You know
what were you trying to say to me earlier?
Starting in July, we'll start my downfall. Let's go ahead and set the date, guys.
Oh fuck, dude, bro. It's gonna be some other dude like.
The problem was when I was arguing that point, I was making fun of Trini using his own logic. I wasn't making fun of my position. So I don't know why you interpret it that way.
But how do you even know Trini's position if you yourself
don't believe it?
You can't know.
Okay,
yeah, you don't believe it.
I was just,
You're a retard.
There was just a little. It was like a moment during the debate where he was like, and I was like, oh, sounds like gobbledygook bullshit, right? Because he'd be saying my position's uncertain, therefore gobbledygook bullshit. It was just a call. It was like a little gotcha. It wasn't anything.
I'm literally
different.
telling you that's not what happened. It wasn't a gotcha.
That is what happened. That is definitely what happened.
If you think it was,
you couldn't even remember the claim. You definitely don't know what
I
happened.
can't listen. The reason that because I don't remember whether you said the word probability or possibility does not mean that I can't recall the entire event. I just recall the entire event.
It means you can't remember the details, and the details.
Wait for the tape. Just wait for the tape.
Hey, here's the thing, Noodle. Here's the thing. Because now you're no, shut up. Because now you're getting under my skin, and now I'm gonna start getting
stop fucking losing
being
then.
a rat. You're being a cheese sniffing source swimming.
Sounds like you're being a rat for lying about what happened during the debate.
I'm not lying about anything.
All right, well then wait for the tape then.
No.
Wait for the tape. Let's see it.
This is how you want to be. This is how you want to be. When the recording comes out, I'm gonna reveal that you're a rat, and then I'm gonna hunt you down into Pair server.
Oh no!
I don't know why you decided to lie. I don't know why you decided to be a sleeping rat.
Ice, Leon, Arrow, packing
around in the sewers right now. You
and Arrow pack noodles? Should me, you and Arrow pack noodles? Should me, you and Arrow pack noodles right now? Hey, Arrow, let's jump this nigga. I'm jumping this nigga. I'm getting on this nigga. Hold on, get back. Get back.
Whoa, as much as I think Noodles is wrong, I can't like black people jump white people. Sorry, guys. I can.
I just don't know why you're being a rat, Noodle. I don't understand why
I'll take on Leon personally.
Been doing this for like the last 2 weeks.
Noodles. Wait 1 second, Noodles. You look like an aggressive belt buckle, you bitch.
Nigga, why did you just post the wrong character? You're not Shredder, you're Splinter, nigga.
No, I'm called Arrow Shredder.
Yeah, you're a rat, nigga. Shut your ass up.
I called Arrow Shredder because
you're not funny. You're not funny, okay?
I mean, you're no one thinks you're funny.
Noodles. Oh my god, Noodles, you not funny, bro.
I don't know what this is.
Why you built like the thumbs from Spy Kids, bro? Why you built like that, bro? Why is your edit?
I'm about to pick though.
Noodles.
Hey, I'm about to be
I'll be built like them any day of the week, baby.
Yeah, you'll be built like that. I mean, I don't know.
Like
ugly bitch.
Look at his thighs.
I got. I'm a violate Noodles.
Screams out from across his house. Hey, mom, bring the G Fuel. I'm debating on Discord.
Wait, I got it. The funny thing is, I got a picture of Noodles' parents, and I'm about to post it in chat.
No, don't.
No, I'm doing it.
Poor child.
Wait, he posted that himself though. How's that?
Yo, he posted himself. Shut your ass up. Hey, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Look at his mama, nigga. I'll violate your family, bitch ass nigga. I'ma say it for the street, bitch. You lame ass nigga. I don't fuck with you, parrot, right? And then God tongue. They both right there, my nigga. Come on.
I want parrot in here. I want parrot in here.
Bro, Noodles is gonna kill himself, bro. I promise.
Bro, I couldn't sit in this atmosphere where like everybody don't like your ass. Like,
go outside.
I mean, I do it all the time on purpose,
You're used to getting bullied in real life.
Yeah,
I go into hostile environments on purpose.
In school.
Well, the problem
library.
When I do this that way I can debate in hostile environments that no one can ever say I'm a pussy because I debate everyone.
You're still a pussy.
Okay.
Yeah, who have I not debated?
Noodles. Yo, wait, 1 second. Noodles, your mama look like an Asian Dr. Dre, you bitch ass nigga. You not funny, you ass.
Noodles going crazy.
Yeah, he getting mad, nigga.
I don't know why you're saying getting mad.
Yeah, bro, he got mad when you lost. He literally got dogged by like most of the niggas in BC. Yo, who can demote him, bro? Demote him.
Noodles done see me and Leon.
Now he gonna be like, where's my promotion?
They said Ultra Instinct Noodle. Ultra Instinct.
Listen, hey, no. That's all on Arrow. I didn't give that nigga I didn't give anyone any roles.
They really got digs above Noodles. That's disrespect.
This is the greatest debater of all time, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know, downplay my nigga.
Diggs has soloed this entire VC. The only reason y'all still live is because Diggs chooses.
Trini, you're such a
relax,
pussy.
nigga. Relax.
Trini, what happened?
Dig said if he wanted it, you'd be dead already. That's what Dig said.
Yo, Noodles, wait 1 second. Noodles, why you still in VC, nigga? Leave. Nobody wanna talk to you, lame ass nigga.
Why
You
the fuck are
ugly as
you
shit.
still
Kill
in Discord,
yourself,
nigga? You
nigga.
got
You
bullied
ass
for, like,
nigga.
being a black.
What? You're not funny. You're not funny. No one thought
You're
that
not
was
funny.
funny.
You're not funny. You're
No
not
one
funny.
thought that
All
was
right, guys, you gotta calm it down. I'm downloading some
So-
porn. You're
so-
messing with my man.
So I'm so confused. This nigga works at a Little Caesars and he thinks he's
I have
hot
to go to
shit,
work in a
bro.
minute.
Shut up,
You
bro.
gotta go
Shut
cut
up,
pizza
bro.
in a minute, dude.
I do. I have to cut pizza.
Yeah, I'm finna slam your head.
Pizza, man.
I'm
What kind
finna
of pizza
slam
do
it.
you make?
Hey, I'm
Bread
finna slam.
roll.
I make. I
No,
bet.
Iced. Thick crust back.
Exactly.
All
And
I'm
Mickey Mouse
saying
ass.
is
you don't want a pizza made by this nigga. His rat ass ate all the cheese.
Yeah, that nigga ugly as shit. That nigga has corona. He got coronavirus on the pizza. Fucking nasty hand ass nigga. Then he got COVID-19 back.
Legendary Noodles.
He said COVID-19 back. You guys are go outside.
Nigga ugly as shit.
I want you guys to know this is the guy that used to rank you guys in Parrot server and say that you guys are all field mice.
I want you
Hey,
guys.
this. I want. Wait. I want you guys. Oh my god. I know. Wait 1 second. I know Seth niggas are gonna remember this. This is the same nigga that got dogged by Cross, and then he turned into a female and got dogged by Fem Cross. You garbage nigga. Kill yourself, nigga. I remember that. I was there. I remembered it. I remember it. I was there.
This man really bragging about
Shot. Nah, that.
That's why I got obsessed, just because Cross conceded to me.
Oh,
Man, you're a retard. You don't even remember what happened.
You sound like you're about to cry. He sounds like he's about to cry. Yeah, I had to think about that. You sound like you're about to cry. Noodles, you're about to cry in VC? He's about to cry, yo! He's about to cry. Yo, ban him.
Bro, I'll be damned if I cry.
I don't think that'll be ridiculous. You sound like Zamasu. You about to cry. Shut up, bro. We know you about to cry, bro.
I'm just saying, like,
we know you about
so
to
far,
cry,
all
bro.
you've done is shown that you're a fucking.
So far, all you've done is show it. That's what you sound like. Your ass.
Bro,
No
you know
one
what
cares.
Bro, that's what Noodles sound like. I miss you. I miss you.
Yeah. I'm gonna find the video. Who got the bot?
Jesus.
Noodles' life in a nutshell.
You niggas pressed over dialectics on a game.
You niggas pressed over dialectics on a game and had to go outside.
Hey, he thinks he's doing something. No one agrees with you. Kill yourself.
Yeah, go outside and cut.
What's wrong with people not agreeing with me? You know, most of the planet didn't agree with Aristotle, right?
Okay.
Nobody cares about this shit you saying, nigga. Damn, shut up.
I'm just saying,
You know,
like,
nobody
disagreeing with me is fine. Like, I don't care.
You know, when you cut your hair, nobody agree with it. The
problem is, I'm secure enough with myself that even when people
Okay. So Superman also didn't agree with what you did.
You
to
might
Apocalypse.
be scared. You might be scared, but it's the man inside of you.
The man inside of me is out and prevalent right now.
Oh
baby.
my god! All right, Noodles, I'm gonna hit you. Noodles, I'm gonna punch your mother so fucking hard that Batman's Batmobile door is gonna emergency unlock you, bitch ass nigga. You garbage.
Okay, can I please stop recording, or you guys gonna keep going?
True, please.
Wait,
oh my god.
you can record this right? Oh,
what
send
the
this to
fuck
me,
is
bro.
wrong
Send
with
this
you?
to me.
Stop
Upload
listening,
it.
please.
I've been
Upload it.
recording this entire thing.
So much
Upload it.
bullshit.
Noodles, I don't want to be rude, but like, I gotta say, bro, you gotta read the room. I think you should leave.
He getting violated by
No,
Paul.
I am going to leave.
violated by
I agree with you, Mo. I am going to leave. I do got things to do.
Oh my god.
I do agree with you.
Oh my god. Noodles, get
Yeah,
out.
like, not trying to be rude, but like, nigga, like,
Just trying to save yourself.
They're very hostile.
This is a dark day for Noodles. Like, hey, you know what? I don't like him. Get him out.
It's not even. Hey, look. I feel like a guidance counselor.
Before after VC.
Noodles isn't. He's not a bad kid. He's just special. He's just.
A little
You're like
bit.
a guidance counselor. You diagnose people with
Screws loose, Ister. He has a couple of screws loose.
Yeah, screws loose.
Look at General Chat. Look at
Bro, Noodles, did you ever have like a teacher aide next to you in school, like to help you?
Yeah. Oh my God.
I did. When I was little, I did have to go to speech therapy because I had a lisp.
Because you retarded, nigga. You exposed yourself. Why'd you do that? Why did you do that?
Noodles,
Hey, you know,
exposing yourself.
So you know how you exposed yourself.
It's a tactic because he knows he's getting bullied, so he's gonna.
So he's trying to make it seem like we're playing with him. He's trying to make it seem like we're on his side. Nigga, we not playing with you. We not playing with you. We actually don't like you, nigga. We don't like you, nigga. That's the reason. You think we joking? Ha! No, we hate you. Kill yourself, nigga. Damn, nigga.
He said, "Ha."
I'm dead.
Alright. Noodles,
guys.
No, god damn it.
Jade is the #1 field mice. Sunday's #2. I'm gonna tell you right now. Awesome, great, cool. Alex, he's harvest making
Yeah, I think he's harvester level.
Yeah, I think he's harvester. Dude.
I mean, nicely, you've lost him.
You I'm the best debater in the Naruto tournament.
Yeah, Striker's the best debater or raw debater in the fucking tournament.
I mean,
I'm gonna copy.
you're the best debater of all time.
Hey, see the difference between me and Noodles is I got bitches that FaceTime me every single day and I can decline the call. That's the difference between me and you lame ass nigga. You fucking weird.
Why did you just say that?
Leon Sebastian called me every day. I declined her.
Yo, man, you just picked up you declined to call. Her name was
just to show that these kind of people are toxic and will try to get on your ass for any small thing. Noodles is getting emotional just to show that these kind of people are. Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up.
How about you shut the fuck up and show me why that's emotional?
Oh my god, no one cares about what you have to say.
You can't. Got it.
You're all of
You
it.
can't show me, guys. You can't show me the proof. Come on, proof's in the pudding.
You can't.
Hey, I feel bad for True. His computer, oh my god, bro.
No, that shit was probably like 4 or 5 hours at least.
Shut up, bitch. We're not talking to you. We're not your friend, bro. Shut up.
Jesus Christ. It's 2 parts. I stopped the recording
Noodles,
halfway.
when is your birthday? When is your birthday?
Hey, I bet True's thing says encoding overload because he's been recording for so.
The problem is when people like this exist.
Just answer the question. When's your birthday?
So I think you guys should realize this. All
is moving your hand.
Realize that this is what happens, right? This is what these kind of people are. They dislike me for a reason, right? Because I've bullied them the entire time that they.
What are you saying?
Now they get mad, right?
It's on Elite.
They wait
birthday
until
on February 29th.
And when they do, this is what's going to happen. And there's nothing wrong with that, but this is the problem with the community.
Kill yourself, bro. Damn, nigga. You garbage. No one cares. You got dogged by like 6 niggas in one day.
Yeah, what point did I lose, Leon? Name any point I lost.
What point did I lose? Okay, well, you lost a point that's on your hair right now because he.
So you can't tell me a point I lost, so you lose. Right?
What are you talking? I said it earlier. I'm not.
What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up, retard. I could ape out with you if I wanted to, and I'd make you look like an idiot, but I'm not going to. Just I'm not doing that. I don't care.
I would loud like you. I would loud like you. So what's good with you, my nigga?
Nigga powerful.
Yeah, that nigga. Noodles, that look like your father in the chat. Your father taking a dirt nap.
You look like a fucking black dude that gets raped by other white dudes.
Alright, who's that, Leon? Don't do that shit, Leon. I'm
Damn, bro.
Get out of it. No.
True is prepared this time. True is prepared.
Listen, last time it was fine because Arrow didn't mind, but I'm not listening to that.
Oh, fuck.
So what you guys
So you know what that means, Noodles. We're gonna have to actually hit you with jokes instead of just screaming at you. We just gonna have to bully you.
Oh, we're gonna move. Oh, we're moving up in the world.
Shut up, bitch. Shut your ass up, nigga. Oh my god. Prez,
let's just stop calling him Noodles. You don't even deserve like a debate name or like a
debate name, nigga.
We're gonna call him It. Wait, no. No, not only that, bro.
You lose all respect.
We're not calling him Josh. We're not calling him Josh. We're calling him J.O. J.O. That's your new name.
I gotta go to work now, so I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, go to Pizza Hut, bitch. Go to Pizza Hut, nigga. Give me a pizza, nigga.
That was the end of
You got violated, my nigga. You got violated.